Blake Production.
What's poppin'? I kind of wanted to just rant a little bit because, I feel like the markets are so interesting right now, and I kind of wanted to talk about like where we are compared to where we're gonna be in a few months, maybe 6, 12, 18 months down the road. Like right now, in my opinion, again, a lot of this is like I'm on Twitter and I'm on socials. So like my feeds are kind of tailored towards people who are kind of in this niche, and it almost creates this echo chamber-ish type of feel, because you're only really hearing, well, from my perspective, you're only really hearing from people who are also in the know, and people who are also, in the weeds, doing the due diligence, doing the research, putting in the work. And it's very bullish from that sense. But whenever I kind of get a kind of outside look of what's going on in the space, or what's going on from a psychology perspective with like regular normies, we'll call it, there's like no interest in crypto, right? So I think of, or in markets really in general, mostly crypto I'm talking about, but so I think about like what does that really mean, because you want to be on the side of this side of the trade that we're in right now. Back, you think about late 2021 when Bitcoin's peaking 69,000 ish. Fucking everybody's talking about crypto, man. Like people were coming out of the woodwork, hitting me up, asking me about what names I should look into, why Bitcoin's peaking and stuff, what to think about, right? That's at the peaks. Like, I think that was when you could say as a collective, most people were kind of first drawn to crypto, first drawn to Bitcoin, and like, holy crap, look at this asset. Is in late 2021, right? It's 2024, April. And after that massive drawdown, you get like a 70% drawdown in Bitcoin. A lot of crypto related assets draw down 90+%. And think about that as like a welcoming greeting, right? Imagine your first time in the crypto space, your first time kind of getting, introduced into this asset class, and you get smoked. Let me tell you, like, I'll tell you this straight up, majority of people, they're out, man. They're out. And then think about that psychology. Imagine getting into the space, you get wrecked, right? So now you're like, fuck this, I'm out. It's a scam. But then you see it rally, right? You don't do any research. You're just watching, kind of no idea what's going on. Then you see it rally, and now we're at all-time highs. Those people who are, again, most susceptible to be buying at the highs, those people, they think this isn't real. They don't. They're like, dude, you're going to get caught again. Careful. Buddy, you've seen this happen before. You don't think it's going to happen again? Right? That's the attitude. And that's why I think, right now is such a bullish time for the crypto space. We're seeing such a great opportunity. These ETFs, the inflows to the ETFs, Bitcoin is seeing inflows that it's never seen before. Again, one of the monthly candles was like 10K or something like that. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong, but I believe back in January or February, it was like a 10K candle. Think about that. Like Bitcoin's price went up 10K in a month. This is not the time to be bearish. I'm really excited for what's to come, 6, 12, 18 months from now. And I just kind of want to highlight that. Like, trust me, the FOMO isn't here yet. It doesn't feel like FOMO at all to me. FOMO is, from what I remember in 2020, 2021, was fucking everybody is thinking, oh, this is going to go to 100,000. This is going to, and that's everybody on the same page. That's when you want to be cautious, when everybody's on the same page. And right now we have such a, in my opinion, if I'm thinking about this, like not again talking about the niche and people who are in the niche, I think it's like a 30-70, maybe a 40-60 split where 40 people are like, this is bullish, 40% is like, this is bullish, and 60% of the people just don't give a shit really, or some of them being bearish. That's why I'm kind of bullish on this space. And I kind of want to tie that into, why I think it's so important to educate yourself on, if you're interested in markets, start learning technical analysis, man. It helps you have that sort of critical thinking aspect, and then also ties into, being a contrarian. And I think that is important in this space. You don't always have to be on the side of everyone else when it comes to anything in life. Like, you kind of want to be able to think objectively about what's going on and decide for yourself. You don't want to listen to your cousin's friend's brother who has no idea, has done 10 minutes of research, right? You don't want to listen to the echo chambers at work that really have no idea what's going on in the space, but it's work and it's a conversation, and whoever has the loudest voice seems to be the smartest guy, right? So you don't want to be in those situations and listen to those people. So a good way to combat that is to teach yourself technical analysis and learn the markets from that perspective. Because if you look at what's going on with the charts, it paints a picture that you won't be able to kind of explain in words very well for some people. It's taken me years to be able to talk about charts in a way that is pretty simple to understand for the most part. It's hard to do that and talk to a normie about this shit because they're gonna be like, it's all magic stuff and you're crazy, right? Again, big picture, crypto is now, it's officially an asset class that's here to stay. These ETFs have proven that. You have some of the biggest institutional investment people in the world endorsing Bitcoin and talking about why it's such, essentially it's not mandatory, but it is a crucial asset to have in your portfolio, in my opinion. And this is what a lot of these, institutional asset managers are talking about. Now that crypto is here and it's so official, you have to think of this, okay, is this going to be a 10, 20, 30 trillion dollar asset industry? And I think it could very well be that large of an industry. It's sitting at, I think total crypto market cap is around 2 trillion. Think about that. That's a 5, 10, 20x from here. To get towards 30 trillion, right? There's so much upside in this space. Educating yourself is very important. And I think that, I just hope that this kind of can give you like some sort of broader, perspective of like, why should I start paying attention? I just find it very interesting. So I posted a thread long time ago, and it's an experiment. I'm going to leave this with you guys. I want you guys to try this for yourself because I do think there's going to be an awakening coming soon, right? So the experiment, right? Next time you're at like the local sauna, right? Or you're anywhere in public in general. A lot of people like to chat in the sauna. And if the conversation is around real estate or assets or money in general, all you got to do, right? If you're a listener in this conversation, bring this up and ask the question. Don't debate, but just ask the question. Just say, what are your guys' thoughts on Bitcoin versus a lot of these other assets? Don't debate, just ask the question and listen carefully. You're going to find that there's a lot of people who talk out of their ass and they know nothing about what they're talking about. So you're going to see probably people who've done maybe 5 to 10 minutes of research on Bitcoin talk about, why it's not don't listen to it, etc. You might even hear some people, this is rare that I find, but you might hear someone say, I don't know much about it, so I really can't say. That's probably the dude who's the smartest in the room. The ones who ramble on the loudest and the most about it with the littlest amount of research, just listen to that person carefully. Because what ends up happening is that person, because they're speaking the most, because they're the loudest, they seem like they're the smartest. Again, this is just something I've done. I've loved doing this. Whenever there's a possible opportunity, people are talking about assets, I'll just sprinkle in the question, what do you guys think about Bitcoin? Just listen carefully, because I think there's a bigger lesson in this, and the lesson is that people love talking out of their ass. And it all comes back to the beginning of this video when I was talking about you want to be on the side of the trade that not everyone is on. So once you do start to see people talking about Bitcoin again and talking about crypto and these meme coins again, and it's trading at 150 to 300,000, that's when you start to put up the caution sign. So anyways, that's the rant, guys. Peace.